Welcome back. My next guest is Susan Farese from the Nanuet Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Susan.
Thanks for having me, George.
Really delighted to have you on the program. The Nanuet Chamber has been just an incredible godsend to the town of Clarkstown, to the business community within Rockland County, and you've been just an absolute dynamo with the chamber. And we meet on a regular basis. The chamber itself, I can't say enough good things. I think it's the best chamber in Rockland, bar none, and just the incredible work that you've done on your own and partnering with the town and the school district.
Thank you.
But before we get to all the good work of the chamber, let's talk a little bit about you. I know you don't really like to talk about yourself, but just give our viewers a flavor of your background, how long you've lived in Clarkstown, and what you do professionally.
I lived in New City originally, started out, and moved away for a little bit, and my kids went to school district in Nanuet. So I've been in Nanuet over 28 years now, 30 maybe. And my kids went through, like I said, the school district. I did PTA for years. I ran the whole PTA from beginning to like my kids graduated, not that they liked it that much. Right. They felt I was spying. That's why I did it.
How many kids do you have?
Three. I have a son who I took in later in years, and I have two daughters. And my daughters are doing phenomenal. One's a nurse, obviously. Right. My son is in military school, and my other daughter works for the state, actually, as an investigator. Wow. Yeah, so they're all doing really well, and I'm very proud of them. And my teaching at St. Anthony's, I did CCD for over 12 years. And I actually only stopped that when I started doing the chamber with you guys. So after we did the park.
Right, so we stole you away from Father Jerry and from St. Anthony's.
Yeah. You know what? There's a calling. I'll probably go back one day, and right now it's a little different, so it's hard. And the town really needed me, so I felt that it was important, the community, so I started really getting involved with that.
Great. Talk a little bit just your professional career. What do you do?
So professionally, I've been involved in the legal field forever. So I've been I have a business degree in paralegal studies, and I really stayed in that field the whole time. So I work for a firm it's a hedge fund actually, and we do performing non-performing assets. So I'm a vice president for them, and I've been doing that field for like over 28 years too. So probably more like 35 if I age myself. But yeah, so I love it.
So you started.
So it has nothing to do with the chamber. It's just something I do, and it's in Westchester. But you know, this is my community stuff that I do, and I love it. So.
Well, and it's really been a win for the town of Clarkstown, for the business community, for the residents. So let's talk about the Nanuet Chamber. So Risa Hogue a number of years ago actually came forward. It was actually through Bill Demarest in the patch at the time. Bill was the editor, and there was a Nanuet patch and a New City patch, and they were growing the patches all around the country. And Bill actually wrote about Nanuet's downtown, and Risa kind of reacted to that, and that's how I got to know Risa, and she came forward. And so in partnership with the patch, Kim Tron, who was the editor of the Nanuet patch, Bill Demarest, who was responsible for both of the patches or the three patches that they had going at the time, and really talked about restarting the Nanuet Chamber. Risa had been involved with it years ago. And the Nanuet Chamber really just kind of hit the ground running. So I had a little part in it early on, really trying to promote it and ask Risa to get going with it. But you guys have really just, you're hitting on all four cylinders, as the saying goes. And you've just done some remarkable work. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that Chamber's involved with. So just what are some of the general activities that the Chamber does? And we'll kind of focus pre-COVID and since COVID as well. But like just in general, I mean, before COVID, there were a lot of things that you were able to do that you kind of had to do differently, as everybody has. Yeah. And hopefully, as we're now into 2021 with the airing of this show, hopefully we're going to be at a point where we're going to get back to whatever the new normal is. But what are some of the general things that the Chamber had kind of done?
So the Chamber is really involved with, like you said, the town. We meet with you guys once a month. We've been probably meeting here about 7 years now. Yeah. And we really try to focus on what our businesses need, whether it's downtown, the malls, the small businesses, the large businesses. A lot of it's just helping them promote themselves. The street fair is one of our biggest, and that was a real kick this year. We couldn't do the street fair. We were really upset about that. And then we formed a great partnership with the school district. We have a really amazing partnership with all our services, the fire department, the ambulance. I mean, we get on a call, they're on the call with us when we meet with you. When we do projects, they're right there besides us. They help us with everything we do. But for the businesses, it's really hard. It's really working with them and trying to figure out what they need.
Right.
So as I'm dressed today, I'm actually going out because we have a lot of new businesses coming, which is great. So right now we've been promoting them. We tried the holiday online shopping, which was the first time we tried that. And that's something new that we had over 55 vendors that signed up. We partnered up with Risa Hogues. She's doing the Rockland Business Network.
Right.
And that's been amazing. So that's another partnership. We partnership up with the Mall Joint Chamber Alliance, which we formed, and Tom Osa from North Rockland really helps spearhead that. And we got those businesses involved with us. So what we do is we really try to figure out what they need from us. Whether it's, we do Restaurant Week now, we do our weekly spotlight businesses now. We actually try to promote, we're doing the children are doing a lighting of the businesses to light up Nanuet.
Right.
They're asking people to decorate for the holidays. And we'll see how that goes. And when the show comes on, we'll find out how many participated and who the winner is.
Right.
As the winters go, we're really going to try to figure out what to do. That's going to be the challenge. The past has been easy. The past has been easy. It's doing events. It's doing grand openings. It's having our events at their locations. And now for the winter months, we're really going to see how we can pivot to work with them. So,
right. I know one of the things that I mean, the street fair you mentioned, we went through that quickly, but you know, the street fair is just, it's incredible. It's usually in June. Well over 10,000 people every time we do it. You know, and it's one of the largest street fairs. It pretty much runs from Stop and Shop all the way down to Church Street, essentially, and it really is just an incredible amount of work. What I love with the street fair that you've done there is, which is different from a lot of other street fairs, is you have a lot of entertainment. You put some money into it. You've got good audio, where literally it strings all the way down the street.
yeah, we love that.
And the town partners with a lot of town resources to kind of help all the, you know, and you have, you know, what, 150 vendors that typically come in?
We had over 150, and we had a lot more every year that goes on. We get more and more, and we actually extended it down another street, so we
Right.
keep getting bigger. We partnered up with the mall last year. We're partnering up with them this year if it all goes forward. That's exciting. We actually did a kids zone last year, which was the first time.
Right.
Well, 2019 kids
Right.
zone, and that was great because that was the school district partnering up with us. So yeah, it's getting bigger. At first, we were trying to figure out who's going to play at the street fair, and now we can't even decide who's going to play.
Right.
So we actually had to separate the entertainment so that the kids can have their area. Took it off the big stage. But the big thing is, yes, our sound system, we do spend a lot of time and money on that because we felt it's important that the entire community can hear it, that all the vendors can participate. We make announcements the whole time so everybody can hear it throughout the whole street. It's pretty cool. We love it. Yeah.
Really, really well done.
Thank you.
And I think it's a class of street fairs
And I have
in
to
the
say, it's
county.
not me. It's my whole team. Like we have my chamber is probably the closest chamber or closest kind of partnership I've ever had with anybody that I've done an organization with and been involved with, because there's like 12 of us now. We have an admin. We have the junior chamber. We get on calls monthly, and we're always like talking, and they're just always there working hard.
And let me pivot to that. I mean, you do some great stuff, and the partnership with the school district is great. The art show, maybe you could speak about that, and then talk about the junior chamber, because I've had the pleasure of getting on a couple of calls with the junior chamber in the past, and through COVID, and it's just a remarkable group of young people from the school district that are getting involved, and they're making a difference. But maybe talk about the art show and then the chamber.
Okay, so the art show last year, obviously we were able to do it, and then it got canceled. I'm sorry, it got canceled, and we were able to do it virtually. And they were supposed to come in. You always award these kids every year. It's amazing. But our art show is really great because we use all these schools. So we have the Highview School, the Miller School, the middle school, the Highview, the elementary, and the high school. So all 4 schools participate. And what they do is they enter their art into this art show, and the teachers bring it to it's amazing. The teachers bring it to all these businesses, and the businesses actually display the kids' art. And then we let the businesses know what art they have, and the people can go view the art. It's a little different. I don't know how we're doing it this year. We actually have a meeting this afternoon to decide that. Probably a lot of it will be virtual, as long as we can still do it.
Right.
And we're still going to hope to put the art out, though, into the businesses.
Right.
I mean, we are still trying to get, and it's another way we get people out to the businesses, so it's great.
But talk about the junior chamber, though, because I mean, they've taken on some events themselves. They've taken on some charity. They've done an awful lot.
They're their own
Yeah.
people, man. They are amazing. They have really kept us going. So our junior chamber was formed approximately September of last year. And the first thing they wanted to do was a downtown party. and they wanted to have a tree lighting. I was like, it got 6 weeks. We formed this group real quick. The school wanted us to partner with them to be some kind of club. So we tried to figure out what to do with them, and we realized that we can form this junior chamber club, and immediately had over 20 kids participate. And we meet with them once a week. We do now virtual meetings. They formed a tree lighting, like I said, which was phenomenal. We couldn't believe we had over like 300, 400 people there. This year's obviously got postponed. They got their own Facebook page. Please like them on Facebook. They have an Instagram. They have a president, vice president, a bookkeeper, a social media person. And they're actually, thanks to you, are taking on a whole Adopt-A-Spot downtown near Church Street, where that Jolene's is area, and the Old Middletown Road.
Right.
They're so proud of themselves. And they're actually getting involved now with doing the flyers for us. So they will prepare flyers for us. They've actually went out to our businesses and they meet the people. They're amazing.
Yeah, no, absolutely incredible. And
I think we have only 20 kids in the group still, so it's pretty nice.
And one of the treats for me was actually being invited to be on. I've been on there, I think, twice with them, but the first time I was invited on.
Our Zoom call?
Yeah, on the Zoom call, and you didn't tell them, and I just showed up, and they were like, "Oh, the supervisor." So, but it was definitely a great group of kids, and just the efforts that they're doing, really to be commended.
Yeah, I have to say, one of the teachers, Denise Cuccia, who's she's an art teacher at the high school, and she runs the group.
Right.
So, but with the help of Dr. Cahill and Dr. Fox, who are the superintendent and assistant superintendent, they're the ones, and Lily McGraw, the principal, assistant principal, they really got this going. And they get on the call. They're very supportive, but they're an amazing group of kids. They kept us going this whole pandemic, let me tell you.
No, absolutely. So the other thing that's really a great outgrowth is Nanuet Beyond. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, so Nanuet Beyond was a nonprofit that we partnered up with, and we basically formed it. And the way that works is we can run scholarships through that. We can run a lot of donations through that because they're the nonprofit that works with us. And right now, they're the ones who helped us do the healthcare worker signs, where we sold over 400. Which we were able to provide food and to our essential workers, and snacks and ice cream to the hospital, and it was great. The nurses, they actually are running a Smile on Amazon, Amazon Smile. So if you go to their website, you can sign up for Amazon Smile. So when people are ordering on Amazon, if they just go through that, some money goes back to us, and that goes to our kids' scholarships.
Great. Which is wonderful. We can help promote that. We're almost
I can get you all that information.
Yeah, absolutely, please. We're almost out of time, but I do think it's important to just really stress what the chamber really does. It's a business association that works with our local businesses and community groups in the town, and you really become a linkage, and really do an awful lot of outreach. And one of the things that's really been great for us, we've added an economic development staff person to the town, and he's worked with the chambers and the civic associations. But without having the chamber and having such an active chamber, the businesses would really be at more of a disadvantage here in Clarkstown. So it's really, I can't stress it enough, the businesses and the community really benefit from the efforts of the chamber, and frankly from you, Susan, for your efforts with your entire team. Could you, just for the benefit of our viewers, if they want to join the chamber, you don't have to own a business, you could be a community person. How do people get involved with the chamber, and how can they support chamber events? And so how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, first of all, we love having people participate. First of all, you can email us anything you need to on info@nanuetchamber.com. You can go to our website, which we just updated a few things on there. But more important, we're really hoping to get these businesses to stay with us, join us, so that we can help them in any way we can. So that being said, we're offering a $99 special right now. So any business who even is a member can rejoin. Whether you're a member or not, we welcome you back. So that's a special we offer. And then for the community, it's $25 for any member, any person to join. And we do have a lot of people who have joined, and they can participate with any of our events. You don't have to even be a member. You can come help us when we're doing the tree lighting or the art show or a yard sale, or hopefully the street fair, which we can't wait. And for the nonprofits, we also offer a special for them, which is usually $75, and now it's $49.
Okay.
So that's going on right now. So please join us and help us support our businesses, big and small.
Just give the link one more time.
It's you can go to info@nanuetchamber.com, which is our email address, or you can go to nanuetchamber.com as our website, and you can go to our Facebook page, or the Junior Chamber, you can go to them too. So it's the
Great.
Junior Chamber on Facebook.
Great. Well, Susan, thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank
all your
you.
efforts with the chamber, for everything that you do to help the town. You know, as supervisor, I just value your friendship, and I value the efforts of the chamber. You guys are just, I can't say enough good things about you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.